I seek refuge through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and good conduct, Sukata, know of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan. I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and good conduct, Sugata, know of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan. I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and good contact, Sugata, know of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, subduer of the Shakya clan. I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out seven sides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise then, I prostrate. With pure bodies formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the three worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like coal, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the three worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founding having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path of sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated, who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified for realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all three ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bound with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects. With supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew, bubble. A dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these mirrors may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protectors' hearts, to tip of this fresh, pure, white, heaped curd-like cloud, O lobsam drakpa, Dharma's omniscient King, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, famed glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned eight mundane concerns, made life essential. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, whose reign of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make venerable lobesome dragpas essential teaching specially shine forever. Mig may say wei tir chen chen raisik, dream may kien pei wang po sham pao yang, tu pum malu zhong se san wei dan, kan chen ke pei zu kien song ka pa, Lob sam drag pe sab la so wa deb. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seed of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seed of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seed of lotus at my crown, caring for me with your great kindness, until the supreme awakening remains steadfast. to the insulted three jewels. Thus I've heard at one time the Blessed One was stalling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspect of phenomenon called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, eternal Shariputra, and the superior the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness form. Emptiness is not other than form. Form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no physical form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path. No exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in 3 times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as a truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate para samgate bodhi soha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train the perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of lineage. So it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you should, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One has said with this, the venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what has been spoken by the Blessed One. In the Holy Supreme Abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance, miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the 3 places Dakinis. Dayata om gate parasam gate bodhi soha. Through the power of truth of the exalted 3 jewels speech, may all on the side of negativity such as the 4 Maras be stopped, may they become non-existent, may they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, shanti kuri soha. The 80,000 types of obstructions pacified, free from adverse and harmful conditions, may all be conducive with perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Saji poki jukjing mei to drum ri rabling shi ni de kien padi sangye jing du me Chang Choki Nam Shung La Chang Shu Par Tu Tak Ni Kap Su Chi Taki Chon Yen Ki Pe So Nyam Ki Tro La Fan Cheer Pan Cheng Tung Par Sho Cho Tang Song Ki Chong Nam La Chang Shu Par Tu Tak Ni Kap Su Chi Taki Chon Yen Ki Pe So Nyam Ki Tro La Fan Cheer Song Ke Tro Par Sho Cho Dang So Ki Chong Nan La Zhang Chu Bar Tu Tak Ni Sat Su Chi Taki Chon Yen Ki Pe Son Yam Ki Tro La Fan Cheer San Ke Tro Par Sho.
Good evening, everyone. How are you today? Okay. How's the temperature? Temperature's okay. Maybe a little while, then we getting cold. Maybe. Anyway, I think this year maybe too early to very hot. Usually July more hot. Was it July, right? Oh, it's July. Oh, oh. I thought it's June. Oh, time's too fast. Wow. Hard times fast, then our life also fast like that. We just running to go to see the Uncle Yama. Anyway, everyone, set up the perfect motivation for benefit all sentient beings. In order to benefit all sentient beings, we need to know, we need to have ability to see the all sentient beings' mind or view. Therefore, when we achieve enlightenment, then we have the ability like that. Therefore, benefit of all sentient beings, therefore, I'm going to study, I'm going to meditation, I'm going to practice like that all the time. It's very important. The secondly, I think you guys very serious students. Very serious, is correct? Serious? Very serious study, very serious students, very pushes. How you call it? Pushes. Appreciate. It's very hard for me. I very appreciate. Usually, when it's people nature, all the people nature, a special Western nature. Maybe some new teachers come in, then everybody, running that. They thought maybe something, some special we can hear something. Then also we heard some news topic we start, then everybody run, then they say, oh, maybe something Especially knew that. Then same teacher, long time, then slowly, it's nature. Then the topic also too long, then everybody, it's too long. Just I'm skip today. Then you skip one day, then you skip next. It's okay. Then you learn more lazy. Then you lose the opportunity. But you guys very serious. How many months ago you started this? Do you remember? Eons?
In the Westerners, I guess it's the
But it is a pretty long time. But still you guys do all the time. Like take picture. You take picture always there, right? Like you guys very serious. It's very, I very appreciate it. Appreciative. Anyway, it's very wonderful. I'm very happy like that. They show all of you have very deep understand, and also you very interest. They shows. Otherwise, this naturally, first, then slowly. Also, it's very easy to you absent one day, then you say next day also, maybe absent. Already absent, now I'm absent. Then you 2-3 times, sometimes then you lose to the also more opportunity, then you more interest. Then you say, oh, now already too long. Now I don't know what's that going in. Then you stop. Like that. We have thought our mind like that. This is the demons blessing our mind. That time we have to be very careful. It's okay. I'm absent. It's absent. It's correct. Absent. Upset. 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 Absent. Okay. Even you absent 1, 2, 3 times, doesn't matter. You can continue. It's good. Of course, we have not same schedule. We all in samsara. Sometimes go well, sometimes go wrong, and there are many different activities. Many different conditions. But it's how much you can come. This is very, 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 very wonderful. Even there are many people also told me. First start, many teachers told me. There are a lot of people interested. Then the subject too long. Then same teacher. Then people say, oh, I know that. Yeah, I like it. Oh, I know that. Then just skip. There, people lose to their, opportunity. Therefore, you guys, most 95% all the time here. They're very, very wonderful. It's very good. They shows, you have something. When you go to Plenty Center, you have first your motivation, right? You say, okay, I'm going to the center. Some say, oh, today I have to do something, I'm not going that. Then you have the motivation is also, you have one is blessing for Buddha's teaching, one also blessing your study. You may, practice blessing. You push it, just go there, This is all power for the practice. It's power for the blessing. Otherwise, Buddha's blessing is not things to, solid things, some to give you like that. Change our mind. It's a blessing. If change our mind for negative way, it's also blessing for, maras. Maras? Yeah, like that. Therefore, all of you guys looks very good practice, good study. It's very wonderful. And even you don't understand very details or too complicated, but We put a very strong imprint. Therefore, I'm very happy. All of you guys very, serious students. Therefore, I'm very happy like that. Then, usually we study a lot, but we don't find to practice. This also we do something a little bit strange. Whatever we study, then part of that also we have to find something to practice every day. One day just, how you keep your mind to that kind of practice. Therefore also there are many different practice, short, long, more complicated, a little bit easy way. Therefore, we need to always very open mind, very stable mind, very important. You cannot get very easily things to do. First you very exciting, something meditation, maybe every day 2-3 hours. Then you don't get much to change your mind. Then you say, oh, it's the same, nothing different. Someone told me, some people, they become before monk. The adults, the kids, the adults, they think, like the Westerns don't become monk, most adults, right? No kids. They think before they come, when they come monk, there's something special, something different, they change. They're very exciting. There's maybe something, completely different. Then they become monk, it's the same person. I like that. Nothing special, like that. If you have very strong, what we call wish, your goal, something, then you reach that, you don't see some special, then nothing like that, nothing special. Therefore, this is many times happen, when, maybe some insects to follow here, they think maybe up top here very special, right? Maybe they come here, there's nothing special, they say, oh, like that, Therefore, in the Western adults who become monk, this lot happen. First, they become monk or nun, they think, they become something feel or they think is something special, different. Then they really, shave the head, then wear the monk's robe, then some teachers give to for the, the vows. Then it's just some person, Then they say, yeah, like that is monk. They know that the real monk is not just change the robe, not just shave your head, it's the vows, right? The people doesn't think that like that. There's something changed outside than something special. Therefore, you guys also, maybe you have this experience when you become Buddhism, you take in the refuge, you say, if I take refuge, I'm something special person, When you take this, oh, that's that, nothing special. You have that feeling? You say, oh yeah, it's nothing change. The change, you have to study. We have to start ourselves change. Then, outside cannot change, because change, all the more powerful changes our mind, right? Maybe you change outside, maybe different clothes, but that doesn't change your mind. The change is start our inside mind. When you take in the refuge, you say, okay, I have to taking the vows of refuge, don't harm others. And then you start on the moment, that day, you can see then, you change. But you, ourselves, that doesn't much change. Then we feel, oh, nothing special. Of course, we don't do special, then how can change? Therefore, the Buddha's teaching is not just colors, not just, the temple, big stupa, big Buddha's, statues. Real inside our mind. Especially the Dharma. Real Buddha's teaching is the Dharma. And the Dharma is, we think about Dharma as the text. It's not real Dharma. Dharma is your knowledge of our mind. 3 three trainings, right? You develop 3 trainings, you have really Dharma practice. 10 non-virtuous action, you really keep the vows. The real Dharma. Buddha said, real Dharma is the 3 jewels. Who protects us? The Dharma protects us. Right? This is, we just think it's true or not. For example, who saved for our life? Real. Doctor, nurse, medicine. The main thing is the medicine, right? Of course, we need a doctor have to find the right, or cause the disease. Then we need to nurse, we need to help. But main thing is the Dharma, what we call it, is medicine, right? You take the medicine. Maybe this country has not much taking medicine, right? Something cut or just give the painkiller. Right? Maybe they don't have much to medicine then, When you're very sick, they don't give you medicine. They give you some painkiller medicine. Otherwise, maybe they don't have much medicine. But, they cut things. Therefore, anyway, the main thing is the medicine is for, what's the cure? The cure our disease, right? Therefore, Buddha's teaching is, and refuge is real, who protect for us the Dharma. Dharma is not just Buddha's blah, 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 like that. Our mind, 3 trainings, 10 non-virtuous action, vows. If you keep like that, it's very protect for us. I always give example. When you are a very angry person all the time, then when you are angry all the time, you are not happy, right? Then you, this is not good. Now I'm trying to not angry. Then you try to, completely not, but stop angry. Then you don't get any other lot of problems. But a lot of problems bring our angry, right? Therefore, who stop? Buddha cannot stop your angry. Sangha cannot stop. You stop, you practice Buddha's teaching, stop yourself. Therefore, this is then you change. Then you can see change. Otherwise, we don't see much change. Because we don't do change. We don't do the job. Then how can we see? Then like that. Then I always say, compassion is big, big power. Compassion is big, big power. If you are a very compassionate person, you can bring for all beings with you. Even the bird doesn't scare. Even girls not scared. Squirrels not scared. Therefore, compassion is a very, very strong power. They bring to fore, compassion power. Give the people feeling they're safe when you go there. Already, mother's compassion, loving kindness is very powerful for the kids. Now, usually, this country, the kids have a lot of violence. What's a violence? Violence. Because kids have not much compassion, they don't get compassion from their parents. I already mentioned last week or something, the Tibetan say, if kids have at least 10 years, they have to stay with mom. They have touch with mom's body. Mom's body has a very strong, power, the compassion. I already mentioned last time, if kid doesn't know who's the mom, they doesn't recognize that, but power or ability to the compassion, the kids have that themselves. Even, mother's womb is also very special to give the kids for healthy. You can see, kids born natural or the operation. The big difference the kids' health. You born natural, that time they give the very strong karota. Karo, ta subola choya ke nipa shu the trigger sang was. Tangone pukia na chichewa na. On the pukia ro. Pu namjita. Normal chini chewa na. Thi kabla ya ane ta puki subola goya ke nipa mamu trigger sang was. Ane ta shachino tang shavana, ane tini nipa chatan ragya mars. O tini lagu was. Then ngelap shaman therapy lavars.
So if the child is born at a right time, after being fully developed inside the womb, not a premature, at the right time, then the child will be born with all the strength in the body. So if it is born prematurely, then all these powers that has to be developed later are all missing. So they are lacking all these powers in their body.
Today is a pugote kanji nasojine chewa down, Roshana Tewani Chevana, Ani tak Cardana. Nasojine chewa take tapu the healthy tires, the some cerebral upgrades and those.
And also, according to the scientists, they said that a child who is born naturally is more healthier than the child who is born with a C-section.
Today in by that Tende Pugodala Amala Tewaya, when a Nashe Nashe Cheng, Takur Karo Rajing Chene, and Tewa Che was.
And also for that reason, the child is more bound to the mother if it's born naturally.
Lumandela Pama the Puba Sewa, Tashiras Mendua, Shitan Hijan the Yorda, that Shamudu was.
So in this country, says that there's a lacking of affection, between the child and mother.
Tadi Kajan Jore, Puji the Tamara Troshan Jeshares, and the Pugumacheni Amag the Yamchuniara, Pukopagin Amatuchuni, Kaji Amig Shadrak in Nibada, Purisha Ragio Maro.
So, and the reason is because most of the time they do the scissoring to give birth to the child, and then soon after the child is born, the child is kept separate from the mother, in a different bed, and never gets the warmth of mother's body.
No, Pevadona Pugode Amag Taguna Yene Pugin Amanyam Yeder was Pugi Ami Yene. The room Yeder was.
And also in the night, they don't sleep together. They sleep in a different room or different bed. But in Tibetans, they always sleep together.
Tendela Tenatene Kana Raju Chani and Pula Goya Mambuja Masayada, and the Pug the Talon Chetamala, the Pug is Samla Chick Takare, Pamala Taj, Seven Medavada, and the Pig is Samaya Chick. Now she did to me in a moment of girls.
And so because of that, then when the child grows up, it doesn't feel that much of affection, towards the mother, and doesn't get that power from the body of the mother and so forth. So there's many things missing or lacking.
Tende in the Tate Ranshu Tenet Dogger, the coach Chick Soja Marda could take Jeda Chendo, which Masana could the Ranshu to the Chado. The Chazon the Marda Gajeta, she and the Tenet of Yoda was younger.
And so it just becomes like that, So, of course, there's cause and condition, right? So that nothing happens just like that. There are cause and conditions, but the way we behave in ourselves, in our life, makes the difference, in the growth of the people.
When I'm not that baby Capeta, not you didn't there. So Pamala Yabochevana.
And then also, there is a lacking in taking care of the parents. The children don't tend to take care of the parents, and then same thing happens, to the children of the children. So that you don't take care of your parents, then your children don't take care of you.
I'm not talking about you guys doesn't take care of your parents, okay? Just this general, right? Then is that 가르잖아. 파마세도 로겐고 자왔다 말라. 근데 빼서만 주주 자는 거였어. 근데 이제 부기 때도 약본으로 지나 파마도 가쳐줘. 부기 지금 막아 오시나 파마도 눅쳐줘. 셈마 차는 거로. 무슨 것들이 온 거예요.
And so you're creating the karma like that, so you don't create the karma to be taken care by not taking care of your parents, so like that. Anyway, so when the parents, and not only parents, anybody, when they grow older, they become more sensitive. You might have realized that, right? Since we all become older now. So anyway, so they become more sensitive. They become like a child. As you grow older, you become like a child. So it's very sensitive, and they easily become happy, and they easily become, sad. And so anything we do can make them very happy or very sad.
좋아. 근데 이제 다 근데 qabla 나주도 냠래 나주도 고토여 와이나. 아니 다 쇼팽거스러. 무슨 pen도심 뭐.
And so at that time, if we have some understanding about the Dharma, then that would help us a lot, to deal with that kind of situation.
다 저는 통과는 내가 먼저 빠와 막하니로 가시 로 야시 자두 잡된 던지도 되게 자자래 생각하는데 꼬라장 가시 누워서 아니 건조 가디나 지 많은 짠짠데 대살 못하지는 신의 셈바주 셈다 두세준 라고 말했어. 된다 그 셈발라 강인 되게 말 건조.
And then some of you might have seen here the Tibetan old folks, right? They come here all the time. They're living with their children, right? So their children are taking care of them. They live with their children, and then their children will drop them off here, and they spend whole day here, going around the stupa, circumambulating the stupa and reciting mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. So that's all they do. They don't have to worry about anything. So they don't have to worry. So because their children take care of them, and then they are very happy just doing their practices.
근데 두세 강가 프라데스 가르친 내한테 경다나 셈바선로다 라로 와서 근데 셈라 남라 샤가 말와.
So if you spend, any of us, like if we spend more time doing our practice, whatever we focus on more on, and that will be the more most of the thing. That will be the more thing that will be manifesting in our thought, right, in our mind. And when that manifests, then other things will not be able to manifest, and we will not think about other things. So we'll not have more, much worry about other things.
다 나도 직다 넘버 많이 왔던 거다 나도 시지게다 날씨 없어도 강가다 다 거도 많은 된식이 말에 개완의 개개 세식이 말에 다 내가 세만 개개 제도고 말에 다 삼로 자자 다네 부고 야고 지금 다가 신로 살이 샘지 자자 전에 당은 식구 제대가 빼면서 강도 와.
So they keep themselves, very busy or occupied with that thought, of just, trying to recite, the number of mantra that they want to complete in one day. So they just think about that, so they don't have to think about other things, so they don't have any worries about that. Whereas other people in like nursing home, they don't have those things to do. They don't have the thing to take their mind away from those worldly thoughts, right? And so they always think about all those worldly thoughts, saying, nobody's taking care of me, nobody's coming to visit me, or I'm getting old, I'm getting sick, I'm going to die soon, and all these thoughts that keeps coming up and then torture them all the time.
근데 가상 가서인데 다 준서 돈을 모시는 거를 모치지 계속 모쳐라야 모시바 아마 개모져서 와. 아니 다 캐나다도 와였어. 근데 뭐지가 아마를 치는 말랍지니 딱가로 식당으로 해서 와. 람가쇼라 니건데. 근데 아마가 다 무슨 거랑 게다 몰랐다 기프트 야수던데 해서 됐어. 다직 근데 연구 삼삼이 오마로. 아니 다 셈바 강인 트레네 데데부카라야 뭐지 대표한테 빼면서 배 가오쇼스. 다 셈마 소 빼면서 쇼스는데. 근데 쇼스 다 쇼스 뭐라 라부도 생겼어. 그러나 딱
아마 수래.
아마 시지 아마.
네.
뭐 남지 수치 땅에 딱 연구해서 말어.
네.
뭐 근데 다 지 가서나. 다 소소 개마 딱 소소가 강에서 그 남도 셈마 간주 먼저 짜장 삼네. 대대와서 다 강에 쉬고 강에 둘 저기 알고.
And so there's this Rinpoche, from Newman tradition.
No.
Oh.
Geluk tradition.
네.
더미를 뭐 가서 질려서 rinpoche.
Dhamma Rinpoche.
Yeah.
So Dhamma Rinpoche from Geluk tradition, he went to visit, one of the an old folk, an old lady, and 권동님은 washing away.
고성만 모시기도.
So they used to know each other before, so haven't seen for a long time, right? So without any notice, he just went to see her, just give her a surprise, and then she was so happy to see him, and she said that was like best gift, during her entire lifetime. So that was the best gift she ever received during her entire lifetime. Somebody coming to see her in like that, because her mind was always worried, right? Thinking that, oh, I'm getting old, I'm going to die, nobody's coming to see me, I'm alone, and so forth like that. So when he came to see her, she was so happy. So many people, are going through that kind of same experience.
근데 다 지나서 로겐고 차에 담아라. 다 신지 곰자야다. 근데 여원은 야보셔. 대매원은 니 말이야. 많이 동장가리 내가 소소 캘린더 오치다. 데이터마다 잖아 전에 아니 셈바 그 셈바 대전이 야네 셈바 제로 그래서 셈 강은 저거 말했어.
And so same with you, when you grow old, and when you're in a nursing home, nothing else to do, right? At that time, occupy yourself, keep yourself occupied with some kind of practice, like maybe recite a mantra. Say, you can make a commitment to yourself. I'm going to recite 5,000 Om Mani Padme Hum or 10,000 Om Mani Padme Hum a day. You make a commitment to yourself to do that, and you'll be busy with that, right? And you will have no time to think about other things, so you'll be not worried.
Right? Because we think always worry, we think worry, then we have more worry, right? We find many reasons. Therefore, we need to change the mind something different way. When kids, little babies, they like that, we something change something, like that. We need to something change. Therefore, of course, you are very good practitioner. Then you can learn meditations when we have free time. But it's too complicated, it's too much. I'll study more whole life, I don't know anything, just too much. Then just come to Oman Pemo. You can see that, Tibetan Palamas, they make a lot of hole here. Sometimes they doesn't read the Oman Pemo, they just, hands just going there, because they used to all the time, Like that, even you also, you like that. But you might have no time to think, to worry. Therefore, it's something good idea, right? You do virtuous, then you keep your mind something busy. Because you can see that a lot of old people just there, watch TV all the time, Sam. Then they also bad for their eyes. Then nurses come in. They do their job. Usually this country, the nurses also very nice, but their job just, they don't have very loving kind for some of their kids. Of course, kids have no time to. Kids have they take care of their own families. What to do now? It's something impossible here. But not, I think best way is that we have to not, wish to someone to help for us. Just start for ourselves. Therefore, they their job, they do what they want to do, they can do. Although they cannot, same as their kids take care of their parents. Therefore, during that time, we don't get many things we wish, right? We have to move, we have to do something. We cannot get everything what we want. Therefore, we very sad, easy. Then we think about more that. Therefore, just make to a little busy to our mouth. Okay? Like this is also one purpose to practice Dharma. Otherwise, we study all the whole life. We try to practice also, we have a lot of commandments, just study that. We don't do any, practice way our mind. Then time to we're going to nursing home also, nothing much change. Then we have the same person, the other person same, then nothing different, right? That time, like just open mind, just relax. Therefore, I think that Buddha's teaching has a very strong, just power, not just personal, but big power to whole, universal. 먼저 배나다 남바로에나 보고 담고 끼워낸다. 매니 미루사야 돼 가서 살면서 여와로 왔어. 녀가 말에 룽가 말을 써야지. 그 주바 연다 뭐인도. 진행가 말이 지런 거 말이잖아.
So, so most of the the Asians, like Tibetans and Nepalese or Hindus, Indians, they have this thought of sense of shame or embarrassment, and thinking that I should not do this, or I'm not supposed to do this, and so forth. So like in terms of the bad things, so like the sense of embarrassment or sense of shame, thinking that if I do this, it will bring bad name to myself or to my family, to my and if I do this, people will think bad about me and so forth. So because of yourself or because of others, you tend to avoid doing those bad things that you're not supposed to do.
그래서 배차샤나 배획이 다 개모 즉 날숨을 댕기다 시제의 개모치 날숨 군인냠도 대화이나 아니 테레비 따지 제기 제기나 봐지 배화대까지나 즉다 쿠스마다 semestiba 아니 다 시제 다 난가도 나주고 즉 고도로 개개 맹이 아니 보고들 땅에 맹이지 바나 때때서 삼바다 부수토와다 강에 체매도 삼바다 들어 대 체화 용어도 다 나주고 실럽 들어와.
So if so for example, if there were two old folks living in a nursing home, one Tibetan and one Westerner, so Tibetan was having some understanding of Dharma and with some commitments to do prayers and mantra recitations and so forth. And so if they're living together in the same nursing home, I think there will be a difference in terms of how they feel. One may be very happy doing her things and not having much worries and so forth. The other one, because of not having anything to do meaningful, and therefore always thinking about all other things and worrying herself. So I think there will be this kind of difference there.
대도 땡이 머리가 여와시고 말스 대가르다 강한 지역에 추디가 니바시마다 콤머리 직 배워리 야가를 직 배워만 누가 듣기자 말이더라. 지금 추기 냐뇨요 지금 추기 냐뇨마다 되게 저거래서.
So it's not because of the race, it's not like kind of a racism. Not talking about racism here, not talking about Tibetans and Westerners, but talking about somebody who has understanding about Dharma and who doesn't have understanding about Dharma.
Okay, I think this is the difference coming. Therefore, now you guys also all Buddhism. I think you are no problem. Whether you become nursing, you are too busy to finish your practice. You have not much time to think, others, yes.
It's kind of a big question, so
Okay.
I want to answer it, that's fine.
Okay.
But I used to go and visit people in hospice, and the ones that had stories to tell me, they could just talk and be happy that I had a visitor. The ones who couldn't talk and really just wanted my company, that was fine, we could just sit together. But the ones that wanted me to talk and not entertain them, but just give them something to get line on, I'm not the kind of person who makes somebody feel comfortable. And so what I'm hearing you say is that for myself, I would want to make myself my life meaningful, even if I couldn't actually do anything. So, do you have a suggestion for what I could say or do when I visit someone who's looking to me?
야, 다 들릴래? 다 거네. 고로도 강해로나 군도 강해 쳐도가도 냐고 너 대금 이거 팽도 와. 고로 강.
그래서 시에 같은 거 생각도 사.
알레.
그래서 시에 통도 또 시기라 건도 건이 시에 셔야 돼. 건도 뭐 년대가는 코로나 코로나 기부 차거다. 그래서 시에 같은 것도 다 시로 제대로 다 건도 시다 호스피스다 미시사들라. 단 건도 다 겨와 담아들라는 건도 다 겨와 책이 담아라 건도 다 막 시시다 받게셔거라. 어디내다. 나서 배 자라드네 포체때는 되게 딱 그런 시야게 녜차나 내는 건데는 사지되는 제셔거다. 명화되는 제셔거다. 내려라는 건도님도 계셔야 돼. 계제 시야면은 내가 모두다 뭐라지다 랑싱거라다 미라 제가 계제시네 되네 기부 소통에 되다 상 되다 말해서 뭐라 랑싱거든요 말해서 안 다다 되솔라데 다 저런 게 되게 다 미세 던다면 소거를 쓰도네다 다 그런 걸 시고는 간단하게 시고를 가르치는 시에터나 편도열에서도 가르치는 거는 편도
다 콘도 나바마다 콘도 나주시야요 말들어. 아니 콘도 세나로 올라와요 말들어. 같이 저랑 시도를 겨로 드니까 저는 말해봤지. 지 남중은 로탄로 지 롬라고 같이 콘도 선바양 계절로 지야. 드네로 시야도 다 그랬어.
So if they're a Buddhist, of course, then you can tell them about talk to them about Buddhism, right? If they are not Buddhist, then they will maybe not want to hear about it. Yeah, so you should not be talking about that. You don't want to agitate or frustrate or like make them angry, at the time of death. You don't want to do that. So see what they believe in, what their interests are, and so forth. And then according to that, you can talk and tell them stories, and what they're expecting is company, and just spend time, spend time with them, right? So yeah. So whatever you think, you to try to understand the person first, and then talk to them according to it.
나 드네 그 밀다 신나치는 라요 막 저 신도 그러다 다저 사서 나오다 드네 신도다 축하면은 저 계셔도 시야 주는 말들어.
So even for us Buddhists, it's kind of tough, to deal with death, right? So when we hear the word death, we're not happy, and then of course if they're not Buddhist, then they will not understand at all. So you should not be talking about death to them at all, So do not scare them with the word death,
다 콘돌라 땅 건데 지금 좀 녀보로 들으시나. 근데 얘기 그 좋아이나 다 샘데 가로 다 땅으로라. 그래다 그 누가들 제가 말들어.
So tell them good stories. You can read them stories books. Take a story books or something like that, and then read to them. And then if they die while talking to you, their mind in a neutral state, not not in the negative state or in a positive, not a positive state. Of course, if it's positive, that would be better. At least if it's in a neutral state, then they will not have a bad rebirth. So telling stories will be good.
근데 뭐 경고시도에나 드수 샘당도 뿌기 주주 샘 찌바 찌장으로 가주주 두주주.
So like I said earlier, their minds are very sensitive. Like people who are very sick and old, their minds are very sensitive. So, have to tell them nice things.
그래도 지금의 로지라고 그러. 소송고시 남의 로지라고 지. 전에 남에라고 지. 그 나가 요가다 쇼요바들 남 지나 간데도 지 되네 마요 지. 남에도 너 희와이나. 안에 때스 야요래.
So of course, if you know them, if you know the person, then you can tell about, yourself, your family, their family, and how they used to do all these things and so forth. You can talk about that. But if not, then just tell them, stories, different stories from books and so forth, and just make sure that you don't scare them. Don't give them any notion that you're trying to help them because they're at the end of their life and it's about to die like that. Just make them feel like they're as good as yourself.
나도 배회를 소에나 멤버스 미시로 치게나 시로 다다 시로 세컨 차이 시로나 저 시로 치도 좀 나가 말더라 봐. 그랑 얼다나 어다 저랑 캠데 다 자가로지. 근데 파카로네 근데 남에서 다그 시라데서 말도 저거 레디까지는 지에세 모두 쇼코다 경고 신동에들 갑자기 나가 말했어. 대라와나 그 섬나 감라 제야다. 야 근데 몸에 와서 뒤 가자들 말아 버렸어.
So of course, if it's not a very good practitioner, it will be a little difficult to deal with that, situation of death. And so, like the Tibetan doctors, they will never tell the patient, even if he's like going to die in the next minute. He will not tell. And he will not tell the patient that he's about instead he will say, don't worry, you'll be all right, but then turning back to his relatives, then the doctor will be saying, he has no much time, so you do whatever you have to do to prepare that. So we'll talk like that. Yeah.
가르서나 대 삼사 맞잖아 뒤갑라야 또 먼저 미시로 쟁에다 아니 뭐 경고도 두고 샘당가서 뿌기 주주고 샘 집바 지자 가주주 두주셔야.
So because at that time, the person who is very sick or old, has very sensitive mind, just like a child. It's very easy to get happy and very easy to get sad.
근데 미시알라가랑 가도 지금 연송도 걸려나 다 되네 코 텔레시네 시나 뒤가 먹기 시나 당 연송 째려 버렸어.
So so somebody, if we were to talk to them about the sufferings of the lower realms, and then the person might be very, very afraid, right? Very scared of that suffering, and then if he dies with that fear in his mind, then there is a risk that he may be born in the lower realm.
어떻게든 남주 가서 뭘 깨제셔야 돼. 지금 대가로 빼면서 섭섭치고 하대. 사버도 남배 주 금연에 들라 나주고 랍자. 그래 나주네 딜라바르 랍자도 자이마지나. 되게 리파데 파고네 아니 아시아야 와서. 섭섭샤 치고래.
So especially at the time of death, it's very important to make sure that they have a positive state of mind at that time. So don't talk about all the things that will give rise to negative thoughts, in their mind, or fear and so forth. So you should not be like, if they are not Buddhist, then you should not talk about Buddhism. But you can use the idea of Buddhism, not talk about Buddhism, but use the idea of the Buddhism, to talk to them, to comfort them.
아니 사람들 밑강에 용이나 밑강에도 차선가도 녀도 개치면도 그런 강에 가서나 가도 차선 녀 잡아나 미디안 코너지로 데려온도.
And also listening to their problem, will comfort them, right? So if they have a lot of problems, just listen to their problems, and then they will feel happy that they could talk to somebody about that.
Sometimes I meet that the people, difficult person, I just listen, whatever they talk, just it's mixed, there's someone to set their problems, then they feel more better, There were many different ways we have to try to, carefully, then try to help. Okay? Okay, now we go start, otherwise it doesn't go.
Can I ask a question about last week's
Okay.
material?
I don't know.
Back on the miserliness.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, of course.
If you're trying to relate this to the practice of the sixth perfection, the generosity activity,
Yeah.
and going beyond the who given to the what given, that. Can you talk a little bit about mental giving? The that says it's a good thing to sit and think about things you can give to people and that would make them happy. And it's not necessarily material things, but you don't really have to give them anything, and you're still wanting to help. I don't understand how to do that.
그래서
The Jimbatan Jara, Semgi Jimbatas, the Nicola Keshik Dusa. That's also the Ngobo Jet and the Kematabana Tagas, then Assembly, Samudan, and then Jimbanyam chairs. The kind of thing more go to Masons.
maybe you can think about it. 다 생각지만 간지 생기가라 소소라 지금 사람 몇 받지 않아. 딱그러. 아니 지금 소소 강 제샤와테 아니 얘랑 뭐와야나. 얘는 대화다 대마 동화다 트래픽 jelapang 뭐와야나. 아니 따뜻이 좀 맞춰 그랬어. 심배 뭐 찾아 그랬어.
So if you, without any sense of miserliness, if you, whatever practice you do, if you dedicate for that merit, merit that you have created from doing that practice, if you dedicate that, for the happiness of others and for them to be free from the sufferings, then that becomes generosity also.
아니 가도 칼라 세요 칼라 가도 가성에 봐. 소주 좋다 두번 해 모두 돌아 신바 있으면 사샤와이나. 아니 무슨 컨트롤 칼라게 제가 말어 왔으나 생부터 삼아인다. 그 제와 됐다. 그 무슨 맞잖아 그랬어.
그래서
가도 칼라로 삼아이나로.
소주 되게 하다.
다 무슨
마삼나 거다 사도 사고라 건도.
다 그거 사도 가로.
건도 사고.
다 간지 때 삼아나 다 들려서는 거로. 무슨 가도 다 건도 칼라 키네 건도 체도 제가 게 말아 소주 좋.
짐발라 지당 가서 로이 짐바서 여러배 샘기 짐바다.
샘비지만
로이라네 저거 보여야 돼요, 알아가서.
로이라는
무슨 샴데 이거 둘 세줘라. 저거 보도네. 지난 짐발라 때는 근데 여러배. 이기 봐 짐바다 되네.
심발라 숨베.
짐발라 이게 짐바.
상석이 심바, 주지 심바.
미지자고 짐바.
좀 심바지.
대마도 저기 근데 이게 짐바 되는서 여마라.
소다 심발라. 뭐다 들었다 미지에 뺀다. 지금 속자와는 다티 잡지. 지들 가로.
미지에 잡고 짐바.
잡시면 되고 맞. 아니 아직 소소지 개와 강아 제와데 아니 강시와데 메잘 파시와이나 아니 주지 심바. 아니 소소고 상대 때와이나 주지 심으로.
저 라바데 저기 짐바.
줄라바도 주지 심바지. 아니 소소가
잘라져
사도 봐
버렸어.
잘라져 되나 사도 좀 됐음지 됐다 저 나는 지금 빼자는 세워지 제가 지금 돼서 이나야 다 나는 지 소소 계산하는 거 봐이나
So you were saying that you
Yeah.
you saw that in the Lamrim text, where it's talking about the mental giving,
Yes.
mental giving. And what does it say about it?
It's advice to bodhisattvas that to find a quiet place and sit and think about things that you can give to people. It doesn't necessarily have to be material things, but you do not have to give anybody anything. By the proper motivation of thinking about giving things, you are good.
More to share.
So in Tonglen, we do that and
Give and take.
use your imagination. We are giving and visualize the people we want to give these things to. You visualize them just like you visualize in the merit field in meditation, and then you can visualize giving them and actually seeing that in your mind.
But not really giving anything.
But you are,
That's the practice.
but you are actually giving them.
먼저 빼는 짐바세나 똥바세죠라. 똥랭이 똥세죠. 다 딜라 거다 딜라는 가지고 당 거지. 다 섬제 소설 가려고 어디 가지고 당겨라. 땡가도 로이 천 당겨라. 나는 배는 야올라 차당돼서라. 저당 안에 되는 가서 실외처럼 신당. 안에 이달라 되는 대검도 돼서 냥도 되는 세당 동화돼서 다 똥이 냥 똥이 다 미고치 거다. 똥와스 거다. 당도 지당은 짐바도 샤기 말되나다. 똥은 냠도 똥을 살.
몰라도 걸어서
Most of that same get that. So yeah, so where you say like in that sense, it's a giving, right? So usually, normally when we talk about generosity, in the Lamrim, in the generosity section, there are 3 types of generosity, right? So there's 3 types of giving. So giving of the material things, giving of the dharma, and giving of the protection, from the fear, right? So those are the 3 types of giving. So that mental giving, like we're talking about, like when we do the practice of taking and giving, that is not mentioned in that part. So that's a little bit different. So usually, when we think about offerings, there's this material offerings, and then there's a mentally, imagined offering like that. And that's 2 types of offerings that you can think about. But in terms of the practice of generosity, you don't really think that way. But in terms of practice of giving and taking, you can think that way. You can think of giving like a heat, to the cold hell, and giving a coolness, to the hot hells, and then food and drink to the hungry ghosts. You can imagine giving that. So that will be giving also, right? Mentally giving. You don't actually give them. You don't give them anything actually like a material thing, but you don't set up a air condition for the hot hell, but you imagine giving them a cool breeze and so forth like that. So imagine only like that. So that kind of giving would be a giving also, yeah.
And that's meritorious.
Yes, of course, yes.
근데 답변아 샘전 소소 강 소소라 강 대화 요마데 다지 샘절라 봐 ngo와다 샘절라 봐 똥와다 그러잖아 다 똥내게 냠는 로이로 봐.
So in that, yeah, like in that sense, when you do the practice of taking and giving, you're giving that, right? So you're giving. You can give, to the beings of each realm of what they want. So like the coolness, to the hot hell, heat to the cold hell, and like human beings, they have so much desire. So whatever they wish, may they have it, like that. So imagine giving that. And so those, and then also you dedicate that merit for them. So whatever merit that you accumulated by doing that practice or any other practice, you can dedicate. You can give it to them, in a sense, like you dedicate for them.
So it has to do a lot with the motivation and the dedication.
Yes, yeah. With that part, yeah.
지금 소소라 지금 저 지원을 원은 늘 저 지원됐다 샘지 차서 영어 쇼서 소소 끊어 봐 지시와나 다 간가 동안도 저기로 봤어.
And then also when you have a happy feeling, so when you have a happy or comfortable feeling, it's I feel very happy, I feel very comfortable. May all beings have this kind of comfortable feeling and happy feeling also. If you think like that, and then also imagine giving them, and then they're all becoming very happy, very comfortable. If you imagine like that, then that also becomes giving.
Okay? Something make sense? Something think about? Yeah. That's, look, she mentioned. That's good. You see, we have many people discussion, different ideas, different thinking. Very more you learn by yourself. Okay? Now we have to go to the text. Okay? Verse 60. Okay? It's correct? Okay? Can you read? 다 네가 가서나 끈라 샤와출라 두이치 라라 케카 메퍼 ngamochi puje tobin gola chimde 나도 시민이나 말아야 들어.
Says, although whatever I have done has been insignificant, I am swollen with pride. Although I have no reputation, my hunger for it is great. Roar and thunder on the head of the destroyer, the false construction, mortally strike at the heart of the butcher, the enemy ego.
다 누적한가요? 바나 랑기 라마다 파마다 조보다 저절라지 미세게지 펜동되던 대치에서만 매바이나야 디다도 고들랑에 펜동되는데 제예 로빠는데 제예세 다 가르고치.
So it says, although whatever I have done has been insignificant, so there are so many people who has been very kind to us, especially like our parents, right? Who have been very kind to us, our friends, our relatives, all these people, they've been very kind to us, especially our parents, and so we haven't been able to do much, for them in comparison to what they have done to us, right? Done for us, that is what we have done is nothing, so therefore it's like insignificant, So what we have done for other is very insignificant. Yet we always think, oh, I've done this, I've done that, and it's always show this arrogance, with the thought thinking that I did this, I did that, and so forth,
당 간수 삼점들의 용도 왔어. 내 군수를 로바 쉬고 제인다. 군수가 다 그래. 프리시 책임도 용도 왔다. 대 맞으려고 그랬어. 네 대다 줘대.
And so here it's very similar to what we normally think, like, oh, I did this, I've done this, and I've done that, but they never appreciate, they never appreciate what I've done for them. So don't have that kind of thought.
승대 로가는 것도 대고고 다시.
So by reading this, that's what we should understand.
Right? Okay. 당도 들이 여왔어. 나 지질 로바지 로바 나 쉬우치야 되나 단다 군중가 돌아야 가로다. 투지 전략문도 됐더니 용도 왔어. 미가 같은 도. 다대 말에 대야 보여 말에 충분히 팬도 개 제어 말했어 봐.
So when we think that I have done this, I've done that, but yet they don't appreciate, they don't say thank you to me, then that's wrong. Because we haven't done enough, According to what they have done for us, in comparison to what they have done for us, we have done nothing for them. So we have no complaint. We have no right to complain about them, saying that they have not, they are not appreciating to us or not thanking us.
근데 이제 다 내려드는 가르고 오요래. 아니 수수파 로바이 전에 티용아 구마데스. 아때 대오고 그랬어. 말 지지 랍거리 지 제가 좀 대구마데 대마군 대국내 파주 맞이나 아니 소수사마 지우면 용도 같은데 대마국 찍고 그랬어.
And then other thing to understand from this verse is that don't expect any thing in return. So always think, oh, I did this, so maybe they will do something for me. So if you keep on, if you expect something in return, then that will disappoint you also.
Right? Example, you do a lot of things here. You wish maybe, Geshe said maybe thank you, maybe Sean said thank you for me. You feel that, you do a lot of activities. Then, maybe Kimber said thank you, maybe Mary said thank you. We are most workers. Some workers said thank you. You wish that then you do a lot of activities. Then we don't say nothing. Then you feel very sad. You say, I did so many things. They don't say anything, right? Therefore, the checks, we say, if you do a lot of things, but don't wish to someone say for thank you. Because you wish that they don't say that you feel upset, right? Therefore, better to, without you wish, then maybe they say thank you, then you feel more. I did good. Okay? That thing the local to long as go. So that I don't do near Yamelpa. So that I can do Suzuki Panto Chemeva and I need the chairs and the chairs park or touch Mambo lab the Aravajativati. That down the Maripati, Wang Shuma Ray, that down the Maripati Mevachi was Lakura was.
So that's what we should be thinking, So we should apply these kind of teachings into our, daily day-to-day life practice. So when we think we have done something, of course we may have done something, but in comparison to what they have done, what others have done for us, it's nothing, nothing to brag about. And so usually, it is our self-cherishing attitude or self-grasping ignorance that is making us think that we have done so much for others, but yet they're not appreciating. So it is the self-cherishing attitude. So therefore it's saying that roar and thunder on the false construction. So that's the self-cherishing attitude, right? So if you destroy that, if you destroy the self-cherishing attitude, and then you will not have that thought.
And the China mission robot was China, and the robot who chase some of the Techana China Naja Chagni, or they also some of this.
And also, don't brag about your help or whatever you have done for others. So don't think that and I did this and I did that for them and so forth.
Techana Susan Naja Chavachi. And the Techanita, Susan Tuchi Malana, they also send you my child, Mambo was.
So if you think that I'm great, I've done this, I've done that, and then that will increase your pride, right? Increase the pride in your mind, and of course, and then if somebody doesn't give you anything in return or doesn't say thank you to you, then you become unhappy, then they become angry and so unhappy.
Teneda Shetan Jitena to Chingubu Padiche, Nubono Jipte. Tenechina Pentosu and do Pento chessing on the lager was Chingu Chala Jitena, or that made the Pentosu chessons. Dina Pento Cheshu de Janana, down to the Diamba, Nundechine. Down to the Chang Dad at the Span Mutechevati, that Pentoche Yashu the race. And the Tenig Pento Chio Maris. Teneda Yisha goes up Pento Chio Maris.
So normally when we say somebody has helped us or when we have helped somebody, we normally refer to something that we have given to them or something that we have done for them, right? So that's what we think is the biggest help somebody has given to us or we have given to others. But here, according to this, that's not the biggest help. The biggest help will be to introduce somebody what the self-cherishing attitude is and how to destroy that.
Draw the Nazu Draw Mushing Mother, draw the Mushiva Charanga draw and there at us, Motengete, Tanga Roba Cheshu the race. That is that.
So we don't recognize our real enemy. So if somebody comes out and says this is your real enemy, if you destroy this, then you'll be free from all the sufferings and all the worries. Then that is the biggest help. So if we haven't done such things for others, then we haven't really helped them. And so if you haven't done that, then you really haven't helped. In terms of what you have given to them, they have given more to you than you have given to them. So there's nothing to brag about. So what can we apply this? How can we apply this verse into our daily practice?
You got something? Forgot?
Do we find something here to apply to our daily practice, our daily day-to-day life?
Well,
Give without wanting anything back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if someone needs a book and you have a book, you give.
No expectations.
No expectations. I mean, the Bodhisattva gave his arm.
don't give an arm, okay?
I give arm. Not this week. I will do it this week.
Karo, 같이 구두절하도 해다.
네. 소소 밀라고 대바이나 대도는 수려 가 맞은 때거랬어.
Oh, it's good, okay? That's good. Like that thing, okay? You giving or you doing something. Particularly, I'll give you example. You everybody do a lot of work center, right? Everybody physically, mentally, everybody you do a lot. Then during that time also, don't wish to something to. I think usually Westerns have not much. Do you have much? I already mentioned last year that Tibetans, they do something, they like to, from the people, say something. I think Westerns maybe not like that, they just looks very good way. But anything you do, don't wish to, someone said, thank you for me. Someone said, looks like they understand are doing something, not wish like that. They understand, everybody understand who's doing very hard work, who's not doing very hard work, who's good things to do, everybody understand. Even the person doesn't know that. Bodhisattvas, our Dharma protector, Mahakala, and Padalhamo, they all see all our activities, who's doing good things. Therefore, when the monastery, some monks, do, what do you call it?
Mischievous.
Mischievous. Usually there are a lot of disciplines that they're always looking, Sometimes, 3,000 monks, just 3 people cannot watch all of them, right? Then some monks go, then they say, even the person discipline cannot see that the hierarchy can see. Therefore, you all are very careful. It's very happening sometimes in Tibetan, I don't know, India. Sometimes some monks got very sick. They see something very special mark,
Mark.
some marks of their body. Person, no one did that. They said this is the Dharma protectors to punish for them. Because they do bad things, but the person discipline doesn't see, then look like they just hiding there. But you cannot hide that Dharma protectors. Therefore, whatever we do, they can see. Therefore, if you guys are very hardworking and all, but don't wish to, someone say thank you. If you feel that, then they don't say thank you, then you feel unhappy. You say, I did very hard work, I spent a lot of time, I do a lot of things that they don't say anything. You feel that, right? Therefore, because your motivation, you feel you're looking for something. Therefore, you don't get, that the text says, we have to apply these verses. Whatever you activity do, don't wish to you get something back. If maybe you get, it's good, you're more, of course, surprised. If you don't get that, you're not to lose your mind. You wish that you don't get that, you more lose, right? Maybe you guys buy the Scotch ticket. Right? Are you guys buy a lot? Scotch ticket?
Lottery.
Lottery. Right? Then maybe you have not much to maybe something you win, you just you don't much care. You say, I wish, well, then you don't get anything, then you more, stressed, more angry, Then you angry, you buy one more. Because again, you get one more. Then your pocket become more empty because you angry something. Like that, then anyway, is the best giving, best help is the show, identify our enemy. Who's our enemy? The sub-church, right? That is a ta kanji tendri yang chi samti tari yang dewa ta danzi tiga wang tari esro, danzi tiga chun, danzi shu chumbo yang wang ti chun chi tari esro.
So these thoughts come up, like expecting things in return and feeling unhappy because nobody said thank you or appreciate you. Therefore, you have these thoughts. So anyway, this is all because of the self-cherishing attitude. So self-cherishing attitude is the real enemy.
Tendri za nganzo kadina ngati chita. Tendri ta de nganzo chita dante de kyen rendu de nganzo tramdo ba kanga chinga dante de rendu de mundu nganzo chi samui tanda sro. Nga samda nganzo chi do nga samda shi.
And then we have to think about that also, whether it is really true that this is the self-cherishing attitude that's causing all the problems.
대 남백이 대 레스 라와 많이 받지. 땡군데 레도 문도 직다다. 저도 관계 켈레 도근데 고아 얘기도 왔어.
So not just
Are you okay?
it is
Okay?
said in the Buddhism, said in the
You
Dharma,
see,
or said
she had
by
a thought
Buddhism.
of change. maybe you can turn on, turn off.
So you have to see if it's really true or
Otherwise
not.
you got cold, you got sick, You see? Or that one. Oh yeah, usually this also not very good for body. Sometimes they very strong your stomach be hurt. 전에다 땅 가서 직다다 땡고네 레데와 나세 티게 나 something sem kind something 슈침보다 때는 가서 강가 튀긴도 튀기면도 대체 가서 섬 나오르지 sem부터 지금 고안이와 지고르지.
So we have to check also whether it's true or not, because of the grasping at the self, we faced with all these problems.
What do you think?
Not just what is said in the text, but also we should think in our real life, whether that's true or not.
What do you guys think? Is something mixed? Oh yeah, this is Buddhism way. It's Buddhism way, this is reality. What do you think? Yes? No? It's real, right? Yeah. Some people say, oh, this is Buddhism way. Buddhism believe that. But this is not just Buddhism belief, this is the reality. Even though not the scientists said nothing existed there on site. I heard that something. Someone said, the scientists say also, oh, we don't find anything existed there on site. We all do level. Looks very, they talk about emptiness. They don't call emptiness, that's just very, similar. Now they check, we, for all the problems, all the difficult things, when they start, if someone makes it very hard for you, but also they have very strong self-cherishing, because they push the person, right? This thing is true or not? This text says, this is not I catch my thief. He or she steal my all the golds, all the my jewelries, all the my grandparents give me. I lost the who then subject. Now I catch this. Do you remember that? We have to go check the Lord, right? Also, you guys sometimes go back to read again, okay? Then you can learn more. I told you, you can study more, study again. You can learn more. Then you have something more doubt. If you have some doubt, then they shows you learning something. Not much doubt is, oh yeah, oh yeah. The yember so nang so shara semen karota ting sabo shara shi mewan ulos. Tobar wena te ya yore.
So if you have a doubt, that's better, then you're learning something. If you don't have any doubt, then either you learn everything or you don't learn anything. Is that right?
Okay. Now Devra she said that. Okay. What is your question?
I just have an observation. This is actually really difficult to apply to your daily life. For us, I think it's possible because we live in a country where we're at war, we have a good situation, we're not in poverty. But if you would try and teach this to someone like the Israelis and the Palestinians and tell them their problems come from self-cherishing, they would just reject that. It would be too hard to put that into practice. And so we're just really fortunate we're in this situation where we can actually try and live it.
그래. 먼저 내도 기부 열었어. 정말 등급 정보 열었어. 대지정 저기 어다 말하는 랑 전쟁기 때문에 대결에서는 삼도 그랬어. 근데 팔레스타인에서 나 먼저 마트 쇼딩에다 먼저 무게샤 된데서 사절로 먼저 대다 랑 전쟁에라는 먼저 클렌지도 말했어.
Yeah, that's true exactly. They don't accept. Because the problem, they don't accept that, then they get more problem.
그러면서 클렌지 맞지 깨져 말아.
야.
오늘 욕라든 오늘 가래이 못 깨져라.
요라는 거니 가리고 끼지 마. 그래도 켈레면 끼지 마로 왔어.
그래.
그 거니 요라도 가올래도 됐다면서 그래도 켈레나 말나. 저렇게 말어.
It's not about what you accept, right? Right, Deborah? So it's not about what you accept, Of course, they will not accept it because they will always, and of course, we don't accept it either, When we have a problem, we don't accept that it's our fault, but it's our fault, right? We don't accept that, so of course they will not accept, It's a self-cherishing attitude. But in reality, it's them or us, not talking about us or them, we're talking about in reality. Whatever problem we have in the world is because of self-cherishing attitude.
pecha shawa yana ta karja pe karja tisa ma jagan was ma jagan kare nge jakalo chön chöndu ngala no chigdu sande pachol ta ma jagan was te so ngaz ki undu was yamana nge jakapsro.
And of course, there's this strong and self-grasping ignorance also, right? So thinking at I or mine, grasping at that, and because of that, then all this problem comes. Any small problem to the biggest problem, like big problem, major problem, like a war between the nations, they all come from the self-grasping ignorance.
Tendida kele lang marsena tangui ne tang do karim bayna ya. Ta tel tan do wors.
Yeah, of course, there's a difference in terms of what we accept and what we don't accept, but in the reality, everything is same to everybody, no matter whether they accept it or not.
Pena ta kardo chudo chumo hoda chiba mo yongresna ko kardo da accept chena majen da te yong ko ngui ne tero was supono chukase wada ko ta chiba mo phagyo ro ba so da this one over.
It's like saying, don't drink too much, otherwise you have to pee a lot. All right? Whether you accept it or not, but that's the reality.
Right? They don't eat too much. If you eat too much, you're not comfortable. If someone accepts or not, doesn't matter. It's not comfortable, right? If you eat too much, then if you sit, you're not comfortable. You walk, not comfortable. That's why, Devra, you are exactly true. We are very hard to this apply to our practice. Also very accept difficult. Therefore, we don't apply, we don't accept. Therefore, all the problems still here. We really ever accept, we all become Buddha. We're just looking for all same things, what they're doing, just some place. Therefore, Buddha's teaching is Sajig misi ngadula kale ka socha mar was ngui na tem bada tate kale ka socha res.
So that's the reality, and it's difficult, but it's not like Buddha intended to make it difficult for us.
Right? Maybe someone say, well, Buddha makes it too complicated for us. But no, this is not Buddha's complicated. Kadina ngaraso ngad de la kadina ngad ta yi some de la kom de sa ta jewan thermo kom dangi lekati pa jewa kale ka shu ro.
And that's because we are always accustomed, with this thought, right? Self-cherishing attitude and self-grasping ignorance. These two has been with us all the time. And when we have to see these being wrong, and when we try to avoid them, then of course it's going to be difficult.
Pechajana chu mete kono TV ta gaujena charang TV san samja kosana tappe mezo kale ka warda metel.
So somebody who is always used to watching TV all the time, if you tell that person to stop watching TV immediately, it will be very difficult for that person.
All right. Well, tene thawna watching. Yahan chi the majena chi muda the thawna like that. Okay, is in anyway. The main point is because very hard reality is not Buddha making more hard. It's the reality, but we all doing opposite reality. Therefore, we have to bring back to reality. It's very difficult, right? Like that. Therefore, anyway, we try to every time read the 2 or 3 verses, try to find something, we can apply to our daily practice. Otherwise, Buddha said that, Buddha said that. Buddha say here, our mind here different, then we don't get any practice. The purpose study Buddhism is one thing is knowledge, one thing is to something apply for our daily life, to more open mind, more relaxed mind, more peaceful mind. Okay? Therefore, we doesn't follow the exactly they follow, then of course, Shantideva said, you wish to happy that, but you destroy all the cause of happiness. You wish free from all the suffering, but you all the just collect all the cause to suffering. Then the result become like oceans, web. What's a web? Waves. Waves. One come here, then another one come, right? Like that. Okay. Then any other questions? Yes.
Isn't if you're born in a war zone, then you bring in the thoughts of the perfect human rebirth, where you get the rebirth because you've done so much in your previous life that you're now born in a place where there is no war, and giving yourself more chance to learn the Dharma. Whereas otherwise, it's looked up, there's a whole list of if you do this, then that. If you do these mistakes, then you get born in a war zone. There are some teachings that have that in. So saying it is hard and bad to be born in a war zone, but it has to do with the previous life.
Geshe he didn't understand at all. I'm just kidding.
This is nothing surprise.
It's like last week you couldn't understand or the week before.
그래 되더라도 소소도 거기에 있어서 레를 그때는 좀 깨를 맞추기 증하대 기계선에 깨려면 뭐라 하네. 다 뭐시 조세 되었다. 거기다 마투여서 다 무게여서 된 사절을 깨와 있는 그래서 뭐 깨와 뭐 레사지 대 깨와 맞추고 다가서 대 깨와 말았어.
Yeah, this is exactly this karma. So no one say, okay, you born there, you born there. Just karma. It's karma say you go there, you go there. Now, who create karma? We create karma. Karma is very certain, sometimes, even go same place to a war. 10 people die, the one person doesn't die. Because that person will say, oh, he's lucky, he's alive. But he's lucky, he have no karma that to die. Sometimes very serious accident. What's it? Accident? Maybe 4 or 5 people die, maybe 1 or 2 people doesn't die. Because there's no karma. It's an example, the Pala, Pala come to here, circumambulation. He's 84 or 5 years old. Last couple of years ago, winter time, someone hit car for him. Maybe Devra, you remember that? You remember, right? Someone hit from here, they pushed through over there. That time he is unconscious. He's old, but he didn't die. He doesn't broke any bones. It's winter time, but he have no karma like that. It's unusual, right? Because he's very old, car hit, not just like that. Hit, they push far away. Throw. He's unconscious, he's in hospital, then he wake up. There's some people, I think Dolores, Gishila, Anishi, they are there. He said, what happened to me? He said, he remembered, he said, he hit, then he just, the person who hit, he just got party. Kolam gesol party lo ko teng dus. Tine. Kolam shumejer wa. Kolam mapa. Ano kolam party lo ko tene da teng dus. Siya ko mengala me ko temos.
So the old man said he only remember the person who hit him got out of the car and then help him to get to the side of the road. That's all he had, and that's all he remember. He doesn't remember at all. And he was in the hospital, when he woke up.
Anyway, like that, this is karma. It's difficult to, because nothing to do like that, That something karma is just maybe you fall here to here, you die. Nothing. Sometimes they fall the bathroom, they die. One time I fall the bathroom, I didn't die. Yeah, I got one time the unconsciousness. I don't know why. A couple of years ago, I went to bathroom. One time I'm cold, and I remember when I go bathroom, then I was cold. Like I can see the doors. I was, fall the floor. I don't know what happened then. Like that, But if, karma, die very easily, Therefore, If you know karma, even the car hit you, not die. Like anyway, the purpose of the talk is, is karma. Exactly, karma has the power to where you born, where you go, how you do activities. The conditions make you easy or difficult. Like that, okay? Then you have more questions?
kind of do. I'm not sure
Oh.
what the question is. In the news today, there was a story about an elephant. I don't know if you saw that. An elephant had been shackled and starved and beaten for 15 years since it was a baby. And it was freed today or yesterday. And the elephant actually shed tears. And I figured he kind of knew that he was being saved from that previous life. And so they're getting it a very good life now in the refuge. And so I was thinking about how that elephant was so sad for all that time, and now the elephant's going to have an opportunity to enjoy being on this earth. When we were talking before about us dying peacefully, does the same thing happen to an animal? And that there's a better life if an animal dies peacefully?
Yeah. Animal, of course. Yeah, animals also die peaceful than more. Same as us, we really burn a lot of animals. We're not all the time human beings. We sometimes cows, pigs, birds, maybe nice dog, like that. It's exactly the same. Animal also, yeah. Peaceful is more important. Also, elephant has very, very long memory. Ro. Very long memory. Even they have suffered 40, 60 years. I don't know. Still they remember when they come together. Therefore, I don't know, they cry, maybe he remembers something, or maybe his mind very kind for them, or something like that. Okay, then we stop. Thank you.
7.